Now she's teasing a big announcement that she claims will result in some of her opponents being arrested and charged.
A Dalton home that she leased to Mayor Tiffany Henyard has filed eviction papers. She says Henyard has not paid her rent, and now
the small village of Dalton, Illinois, has become the center of a political storm, with Mayor Tiffany Henyard at its heart. Her tenure, filled with accusations of corruption, mismanagement, and scandal, seems straight out of a political thriller or even a reality TV show. As these controversies mount, both residents and critics are questioning how far one leader can stretch the limits of power before it all unravels. Dalton's political drama has captivated many, leaving the future of its leadership uncertain.
Suburban politician Tiffany Henyard appears to have lost control of both.
The most shocking revelation in the Dalton scandal involves Trustee Chris Gonzalez's claim that Mayor Tiffany Henyard orchestrated the theft of over $250 million in public funds. These funds, originally allocated for community development and essential services, allegedly disappeared under her watch. Gonzalez accuses Henyard of diverting the money into dubious contracts, luxury trips, and personal expenditures, leaving Dalton's residents to bear the financial burden. During a recent public meeting, Gonzalez labeled Henyard's actions a betrayal of public trust. His outrage is echoed by many, as tensions between the mayor and trustees have reached a boiling point at nearly every public gathering. But the controversy doesn't end there. Henyard's administration has been accused of using taxpayer money to promote her personal brand rather than benefiting the community. This summer, banners featuring Henyard's face with the slogan "Super Mayor" were placed along a major road in Dalton. While this might seem harmless, the banners were not authorized by the trustees, and the vendor responsible claims the village has failed to pay the nearly $20,000 owed for them. When workers were ordered to remove the banners, Henyard allegedly called the police and demanded charges be filed against those involved. The entire situation has further fueled the growing outrage in the village.
An NBC5 News exclusive, there is more controversy for the mayor of Dalton tonight. Apparently, when she caught workers removing banners with her picture on them, she called police.
In police body cam footage, Mayor Tiffany Henyard can be heard instructing officers to press charges on him for removing government property, referring to the banners promoting her image. The acting police chief later returned the banners, but not before the incident became another public embarrassment for the mayor. Frustrated residents have voiced their concerns during public meetings, criticizing Henyard's leadership. One resident called the banners ugly and questioned why taxpayers should fund such self-promotion. Another criticized her for prioritizing her image over Dalton's pressing needs, asking why she won't step down. With the village facing a budget deficit of over $3 a million, many believe Henyard's focus on maintaining her super mayor persona is contributing to the crisis, leaving residents disillusioned and frustrated with her leadership.
A clown. We will continue to speak out against wrongdoing. Why won't you step down?
Mayor Tiffany Henyard is not only facing public backlash, but also battling an eviction lawsuit. She and her boyfriend are being sued by their landlord for failing to pay rent since August, despite earning a combined income of over $300,000 a year from taxpayer-funded salaries. The landlord also claims that Henyard and her partner changed the locks and garage code, blocking access for property maintenance. Now, Henyard owes thousands in back rent, and the case has gone to court. This legal battle adds another layer of controversy to the already embattled mayor's tenure in Dalton.
Here a few times to serve them for a household that makes, over $350,000 a year.
When asked about her tenant troubles, Henyard's landlord didn't hold back, stating, "At some point you have to understand that karma's going to catch up to you. Just pay your rent." Meanwhile, Henyard has responded to the growing criticism with defiance. At a recent village board meeting, she told the crowd, "A lot of you come to this mic talking about nothing, and when I say nothing, you're talking about Tiffany Henyard. That means you really are fans of mine, and I appreciate that." Her response, especially amidst the mounting allegations, left many residents shaking their heads. They questioned how someone facing so much controversy could remain so confident, or, as some put it, out of touch. Tory is far from over.
I will be seeking arrests for individuals involved. I will be pressing charges.
Mayor Tiffany Henyard's appointment of Ronald Burge as Dalton's interim police chief has sparked yet another legal battle. Despite objections from the village trustees and warnings from the Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board, Henyard selected Burge for the position. The board noted that Burge is currently classified as inactive due to missing paperwork and a failure to requalify. They strongly recommended that Henyard remove him from service until he meets the necessary requirements. However, Henyard refused to back down, securing a judge's approval to allow Burge to serve for 30 days while a permanent replacement is chosen. Trustees are now considering further legal action to block Burge's appointment, citing Henyard's disregard for proper protocol. As if this weren't enough, former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot has joined the growing list of critics. Lightfoot recently accused Henyard of gross financial mismanagement, claiming millions in federal grants meant for Dolton's infrastructure and public welfare projects have disappeared without explanation. Whistleblowers have alleged that some of the missing funds were used to finance Henyard's personal lifestyle, including luxury purchases and private events. Lightfoot didn't hold back, stating that the residents of Dolton deserve transparency and accountability, and that Henyard has failed them on both fronts. The mounting scandals are only intensifying the pressure on Dolton's embattled mayor.
But you don't even have a sense to even look in our face. But you rather just steal our money and do what you want to do.
The growing allegations against Mayor Tiffany Henyard have only deepened public frustration. Residents point to crumbling infrastructure, underfunded schools, and inadequate public services as clear signs of her failures as a leader. James Carter, a local activist, encapsulated the community's sentiment, saying, "We've watched our town struggle while the mayor lives a life of luxury. It's time for her to answer for her actions." In the midst of the chaos, Henyard has attempted to reframe the narrative by promoting her controversial proposal for a 100% homeowner tax refund in Thornton Township. Announced with little detail, this bold move has left many puzzled. Critics, including Trustee Chris Gonzalez, have raised concerns about the feasibility of such a plan, particularly given the township's massive budget shortfall. What's the administrative cost? When will it start and end? She hasn't explained anything, Gonzalez questioned. Many residents are also skeptical, with some viewing the refund as little more than a campaign stunt ahead of the upcoming elections. If she can't pay vendors or deliver basic services, how is she going to refund our taxes? One resident asked at a recent meeting, reflecting the doubts circulating throughout the community.
Make the motion to adjourn the meeting.
We here to handle the business, not let the business handle us. That's what we are elected to do, sir. So please.
Adding to the financial turmoil, Mayor Tiffany Henyard's administration is facing accusations of withholding key financial records from both trustees and external auditors. Former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, hired to investigate Dolton's finances, previously criticized Henyard for refusing to cooperate. "The lack of transparency here is staggering," Lightfoot said. Without access to proper documentation, she argued, it's nearly impossible to determine how much money has been spent, where it's gone, or if any of it can be recovered. This lack of accountability has left Dolton's residents uncertain about the village's ability to recover from years of alleged financial mismanagement. Meanwhile, the trustees have been working to limit Henyard's ability to make unilateral decisions. They've filed lawsuits to block her from making questionable appointments, opening new bank accounts, or authorizing major expenditures without board approval. Trustee Jason House, who is also running against Henyard in the mayoral race, described their efforts as a necessary step to restore order. "We're trying to clean up the mess she's made, but she's fighting us at every turn," House said. However, with Henyard still holding significant power as both mayor and township supervisor, the battle for control of Dolton's future remains far from over.
County Court has reversed some of Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard's decisions. At last night's village board meeting, Henyard announced a 30-day temporary appointment.
Despite mounting criticism, Mayor Tiffany Henyard has announced her intention to run for re-election. In a Facebook post, she declared, "I am running for re-election for mayor of Dolton, promising to continue fighting for the village." However, many residents are unconvinced. One trustee running against her in the upcoming election stated, "The community does not want to continue under her leadership. I'm not shocked because I know her. The stakes are high, and Henyard's future as mayor hangs in the balance." As the drama unfolds, one question remains. How much longer can she hold on to power? Critics are calling for her resignation, protests are growing louder, and federal authorities are reportedly investigating her administration. The pressure on Henyard to answer for her actions is mounting.
Embattled Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard is mounting a re-election bid. Henyard made the announcement in a post on her Facebook.
In the comment sections of news articles and social media posts, public frustration is clear. One viewer wrote, "I really don't know why that mayor hasn't been put in prison yet. What is the FBI doing dragging their feet? she needs to be in jail. Another added, she should have to pay for those banners herself. These comments reflect widespread dissatisfaction with the lack of accountability for public officials. Many are eagerly awaiting the results of investigations into Mayor Henyard's actions. So what do you think? Can Mayor Tiffany Henyard survive this storm of controversy, or will the mounting allegations finally bring her down? Should public officials be held to higher standards of accountability, especially when taxpayer money is at stake? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and stay tuned. This story is far from over.